So, this is Arrowhertz, and today I'd like to talk a little bit about the new Necrons that are coming out. This isn't the new Codex, it's not out yet. It's not coming out until November, I think the 5th. But I'm just going to be using this as a reference, just for now. Now, I've heard a lot of discussions about how people kind of don't like the way the new Necrons look. But it's not that terrible. I mean, the Necrons have looked different in the past than they do now. So it makes sense that they'd change again. Why not? Although there's one theme that I am beginning to kind of notice of all of the, well, not all of them, but a lot of the new Necron line models. I'm noticing that they have similarity between the fantasy Tomb Kings. A lot of the new lords have a lot of Egyptian style, I'm not sure what you kind of call them, but kind of a headdress. And it kind of resembles like a King Tut style golden blue, kind of like Tzeentch, Thousand Sun Marines. Although it kind of was almost inevitably going to go there anyway. The Necrons, from the way that it was written, they all kind of came from barren desert worlds. They had scarabs. Now scarabs kind of go hand in hand with Egypt and Egyptian kind of, mythology and things like that. But I'd like to go over the different models that they're going to be coming out with. One of the things that they're going to be re-releasing are the flayed ones, which are going to be a little bit different than the old ones. The old flayed ones they had bits of flesh that were covering all over their body. A lot of it was draped over their faces. These new ones, they seem to have their faces cleared. And one of the more notable things about these flayed ones compared to the older ones is that these ones have torsos that they're holding and they're carrying with them. They're carrying whole chunks of people instead of just the flesh. Then there's the Triarch Praetorians, which I'm not quite sure what to say about these. They look like they're going to be an elite's choice, or possibly an HQ choice, some kind of retinue that would be taken for the different types of new lords. They seem to have wrist-mounted Gauss weapons and some type of batleth. I have no idea what that is. They've got tails too, that's kind of funky. Then they're going to be re-releasing the Necron Immortals. With Gauss blasters. Now these don't look that different than the old Immortals, but there are some differences that the subtle eye could probably notice. So we have the Necron Overlord, which it seems to just be a bigger and fatter Necron Lord. It's the Overlord. He's got, seems he's got better armor. He's probably going to have a 2-up save. Or can get a 2-up save. It seems he has a, some type of blade or a Gauss weapon, some type of close combat weapon that the Necron Lords would probably have. The Lich Guard with hyperphase swords and dispersion shields. Now these look like they're going to be another Elite's choice, or once again possibly another Retinue HQ choice. But looking at what the current Necron Codex has in its choices, it would probably end up as another Elite's choice. Possibly an HQ choice, because they only have the one HQ choice, but seemingly they'll have the other one. Then we've got Lichguard with War Scythes. So they're going to be releasing a Necron special character, which, brace yourself, it's not a Catan. It's going to be a Necron Lord, or two Necron Lords. Emotech, the Storm Lord, and Trazyn, the Infinite. I'm not quite sure what really to say about them. They both look like they've got the same kind of stuff. A Necron staff with a cloak, and nothing really that much about them. That seems to be what they have. I bet they're going to make up for it in special rules, because there's nothing really showing on them that really gives us a good idea. Other than it might have regeneration from like a scarab knit cloak, or the tabard pieces on the front. This is just speculation. Then there's the Necron Death Marks. It seems that they're giving Necrons a sniper unit, or it looks like a sniper unit. These guys all have one eye in the center, and weird scopes with balls on the end. The green plastic part looks kind of neat on these. It has like a segmented pattern. Looks kind of neat. But we'll have to see what these guys are in the future. And then to move on to the vehicles. We have the Necron Doomsday Arc. Now, I'm not sure if this is a transport or not. I think it's the transport, but it shows that it has seems to have some sort of overseer, like on an old style boat, person who would beat the drum and whip the slaves to make them row the oars. And that's what this boat kind of looks like. I mean, this vehicle, it kind of looks like a boat. It's even got a thing on the front, which would be normally a dragon or a horse, but it's just a piece of metal that looks like it. I don't know. This is kind of painful to look at, but I mean, the Necrons were dying for new vehicles, so I guess you gotta be careful what you wish for. Then there's the Ghost Arc, which it looks like it's the same kind of deal. There's some overseer guy, and then it's got like 10 Necron warriors inside there, so it looks like it's definitely a transport. It looks like the same vehicle, but you glue the pieces on different, or maybe they move. So who knows? Maybe depending on which position you put those things, it changes the vehicle into a different vehicle. And I'm not sure what to call this. I looked around, but I couldn't find a name. Where do I begin? It kind of reminds me of the Penitent Engine, or I don't know. It looks like they took the Battlefleet Gothic Necron ship, glued some Necrons onto it, put a control panel in front of them, glued their new Necron Lord guy on the back instead of the Overseer, on that Overseer part from the other vehicles, stuck a gun on it, and then I don't know. I have no idea what this thing is. Maybe it's a unique special character. Maybe it's a choice for heavy support. I don't even know what to make of this. It's neat, but it looks like they just crammed a bunch of stuff together. Oh, I just found the name. It's the Barge Command and Barge Support. Seems to be a heavy support choice. Sometimes it goes into Squadron. Well, we can really wonder what the rules are going to be like for these new Necrons. Like, we can only speculate until November, but it seems that there's going to be sniper units, they're going to have new vehicles, they're going to have tougher elites, or a different, more not tougher necessarily, but a broader variety of elite type units. They're probably going to have a whole new plastic line of models. That's not important, is it? And they're going to be very similar to Tomb Kings. So people who have converted their armies with Tomb Kings will feel they didn't waste their time. Now these are just the leaked pictures, though, that are from Beasts of War. Who knows what else that there is to expect from the new Codex. I mean, Necrons have been needing a new Codex. I mean, they have not had one since 3rd edition, and everyone's been just using it since then. So, I mean, and with the way the rules have been changing, if you don't update rules, things go pretty sour pretty quick. So it's a good thing that the Necrons are getting new rules. They've been needing it. But some of the new models are I think they're a bit disappointing. I was kind of hoping that they would get new rules, maybe get some newer plastic models for everything, and things would stay alright. But I guess it makes sense if everything else is getting new stuff. Why not give some new stuff to them too? They're the baby army, which is ironic because they're supposed to be the oldest of all of the races in 40k, but they're just the baby. Tau has had more rules and has had more adaptations than Necrons have. And they're the baby in fluff, so it's good to see that Necrons are getting new rules, and I can't wait to see them. Thanks for watching, and post your comments below.